Have you ever wondered why some people seem to attract happiness, success, and love effortlessly, while others struggle no matter what they do? What if I told you that the secret isn't luck, but something far more powerful, the words you speak? Most people unknowingly sabotage their own destiny by the way they talk about themselves, their lives, and their future. But today, you're going to discover how to completely transform your reality by mastering the power of words. The Bible tells us in Proverbs 18:21, "Death and life are in the power of the tongue." This isn't just a metaphor, it's a spiritual law that shapes everything around you. Words influence your subconscious mind, determine your spiritual alignment, and even dictate the way the universe responds to you. What if I told you that with a simple shift in the way you speak, you could start manifesting the life you truly desire? Imagine attracting abundance, love, and divine favor, not through struggle, but by speaking your reality into existence, just as Jesus taught. But here's the problem. Most people have no idea how their words are blocking their blessings. They unknowingly declare lack, struggle, and failure, reinforcing the very things they desperately want to escape. Are you making this mistake without even realizing it? Stay with me, because in this video I'm going to reveal how you can speak life over yourself and unlock the spiritual power hidden within your words. Before we dive in, if you enjoy deep spiritual insights and want to continue unlocking the mysteries of divine manifestation, make sure to subscribe to this channel. Most people who watch our content aren't subscribed, and you don't want to miss what's coming next. Hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and let's begin this journey together. Are you ready to change your life with the power of your own voice? Then let's get started. Words are not just sounds that fill the air. They are forces of creation, shaping reality in ways most people don't even realize. In the beginning, when God spoke, the universe was formed, Genesis 1:3. That alone should tell us how powerful words are. They can lift someone up from despair or push them further into darkness. Imagine someone hearing, "You are a failure," over and over. Eventually, that phrase becomes a prison. But if they hear, "You are strong, capable, and blessed," their spirit rises. Words carry energy, and that energy can heal, inspire, or destroy. This is why spirituality teaches us to be mindful of what we say, not just to others, but to ourselves. Many people go through life speaking curses over their own existence without even noticing. They say, "I'll never be happy," or "Money is hard to come by," and then wonder why their reality mirrors those words. This isn't just coincidence, it's spiritual law. What you constantly declare, you eventually become. This truth has been echoed by ancient mystics and modern thinkers alike, reinforcing the idea that our words shape our awakening, our destiny, and even our connection with the cosmic forces that guide us. Think about the words of Jesus in Mark 11:23. He tells us that if we believe and speak to the mountain, it will move. That's not just metaphorical, it's a divine principle. When someone speaks with faith and conviction, unseen forces respond. It's not just positive thinking, it's an alignment with the very mechanics of creation. Manifestation isn't magic, it's obedience to a higher order of reality. Whether one calls it faith, vibration, or divine law, the fact remains. What you repeatedly speak, you call into being. So if words hold such immense power, why do so many people waste them on complaints, negativity, and self-doubt? The enemy knows that if he can control what you say, he can control what you experience. That's why one of the greatest spiritual battles is over the tongue. Proverbs 18:21 reminds us that death and life are in the power of the tongue. Every word spoken is like a seed planted into the soil of the universe. Will you plant blessings or curses? That's entirely up to you. From this moment on, be conscious of every word you say. Speak light over yourself. Declare abundance, joy, and strength, even when circumstances look bleak. Change your speech and you'll start to see how everything around you begins to shift. And that brings us to a deeper mystery. If words influence reality, what happens when they enter the subconscious mind? Most people don't realize that their subconscious mind is like a sacred garden, absorbing every word spoken, whether intentional or not. Unlike the conscious mind, which can filter and analyze, the subconscious doesn't question. It simply receives and manifests. This is why Jesus said in Matthew 12:36 that every idle word spoken will be accounted for. Words don't just disappear into thin air, they take root within us, shaping our beliefs, our habits, and ultimately, our lives. Think about it. How many times have you casually said something negative about yourself? I'm so unlucky. I can't do this. Or even, I always mess things up. The subconscious hears these words and accepts them as commands, reinforcing those patterns in your reality. It doesn't distinguish between a joke and a declaration of truth. That's why people who constantly say, I have bad luck, always find themselves in unfortunate situations. It's not just coincidence, it's spiritual programming in action. The Bible speaks of this mystery in Romans 12:2, when it tells us to be transformed by the renewing of our minds. That renewal starts with the words we choose. Imagine watering a plant with poison every day. Eventually, it withers. But what if you spoke life into it instead? The same applies to your spirit. When you consistently affirm, I am strong, I am blessed, I am guided by divine wisdom, your subconscious aligns with those truths. Over time, your actions, decisions, and circumstances shift to reflect them. There's a reason why spirituality and ancient wisdom traditions emphasize the power of mantras, prayers, and affirmations. Repetition is how the soul remembers. It's how the mind reshapes itself and how the unseen forces of the universe respond. In Philippians 4:8, we are reminded to focus on things that are true, noble, and pure. Why? Because what occupies our mind will eventually manifest in our reality. The subconscious mind is always listening, always receiving, always creating. So the real question is, what are you feeding it? Every single day, you have the power to reprogram your cosmic destiny through your words. Speak to yourself as you would to someone you deeply love. Guard your speech as if it were a direct line to divine power, because it is. And this brings us to an even deeper revelation. How does what we assume shape our spiritual awakening? One of the most profound spiritual truths is that life doesn't give you what you want. It gives you what you assume to be true. This is the core of Neville Goddard's law of assumption, and it aligns perfectly with Jesus' teaching in Mark 11:24. Whatever you ask for in prayer, believe that you have received it, and it will be yours. Notice the key phrase, believe that you have received it. Not that you will receive it someday, but that it is already done. This is where most people get it wrong. They spend their lives wanting something instead of embodying the reality of already having it. Think about it. When someone prays for love but deep down believes they are unworthy of it, what happens? They unconsciously push love away. When someone wants financial abundance but constantly feels broke and defeated, what happens? Their reality mirrors that internal state. The universe doesn't respond to wishful thinking, it responds to inner conviction. That's why Jesus always asked before performing a miracle, do you believe? Matthew 9:28. Faith isn't hoping for something. It's the assumption that it is already yours. So how does one apply this in daily life? It begins with spiritual alignment. Instead of saying, I hope one day I'll be successful, shift into, I am already walking in abundance. Instead of thinking, I don't want to be alone, declare, I am surrounded by love and divine connection. This isn't self-deception. It's aligning your energy with what you wish to manifest. The subconscious mind, as we discussed earlier, doesn't distinguish between reality and imagination. When you consistently assume a truth, your spirit and the cosmic forces around you rearrange reality to match that assumption. This is why people who truly embody success, joy, or peace seem to attract it effortlessly. It's not that they're lucky, it's that they became the thing they desired. Proverbs 23:7 states, As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. Your inner world determines your outer world. If you want to change your life, change what you believe to be true about yourself. And this brings us to an even more powerful practice. How can we solidify these assumptions using affirmations and spiritual visualization? If words shape reality, then affirmations are like divine commands, reprogramming the subconscious and aligning the soul with the highest frequencies of the universe. But words alone aren't enough. They must be felt and seen internally. This is where visualization comes in. As Joseph Murphy taught, whatever we plant in the mind, through spoken word and mental imagery, will manifest in our reality. This is the essence of Proverbs 18:21. Death and life are in the power of the tongue. Every affirmation spoken is either a seed of spiritual awakening or a seed of destruction. Most people struggle with affirmations because they don't feel them to be true. Saying, I am abundant, while secretly believing in lack, creates internal resistance. This is why emotion and imagery are crucial. Instead of just saying, I am at peace, one must see themselves already at peace. Instead of just saying, "I am successful," they must imagine the success, the details, the sensations, the emotions. The subconscious mind speaks the language of images. That's why Jesus taught in parables. Stories create mental pictures, making divine truth easier to absorb. Consider Genesis 30:37-39, where Jacob used visual stimulation to alter the genetics of his flock. This may seem mystical, but it's an example of how vision transforms reality. When we consistently hold a picture in our minds, it imprints onto the cosmic fabric, bringing that vision into form. This is why meditation, prayer, and focused visualization are such powerful tools in spirituality. They train the soul to expect and embody the reality it seeks. A practical way to apply this is through a combination of affirmations and deep visualization. Each morning, take a few minutes to speak and see your desired reality. Instead of just reciting words, engage the senses. How does it feel? What does it look like? What emotions arise? This is how faith is activated. Hebrews 11:1 tells us that faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. But through visualization, we see before it manifests. So what happens when we allow negative words and images into this process? That leads us into a crucial warning, why we must be vigilant with negative speech and thoughts. Words are like seeds planted in the soil of the subconscious, and just as good seeds bear fruit, so too do negative ones. What many don't realize is that negativity, even in the form of humor or casual self-deprecation, can be spiritually destructive. Every time someone says, "I'm so unlucky, I'm not good enough," or even, "I'm always broke," they are speaking those realities into existence. The Bible warns us in Matthew 12:37, "By your words you will be justified, and by your words you will be condemned." This isn't metaphorical, it's a spiritual law. The subconscious mind doesn't understand sarcasm. When someone says, "I'm always tired," or "I never catch a break," the universe takes those words as instructions. It's like programming a divine system to deliver exactly what was declared. Think about people who always talk about how hard life is. Doesn't life always seem to be hard for them? And those who constantly complain about lack, don't they always seem to struggle financially? This isn't coincidence, it's manifestation at work, in reverse. This is why the Bible places so much emphasis on guarding the tongue. Proverbs 21:23 says, "Whoever keeps his mouth and his tongue keeps himself out of trouble." Words don't just shape the future, they dictate how we experience the present. Every complaint, every self-doubt, every verbalized fear sends a ripple into the spiritual realm, reinforcing patterns of difficulty and suffering. The enemy knows this, which is why negativity is so normalized in society, so that people unknowingly sabotage themselves through their own speech. One powerful way to reverse this pattern is through conscious language shifts. Instead of saying, "I'm always tired," try, "I am restoring my energy." Instead of, "I can't afford that," shift to, "I am creating abundance." The words we choose either open doors or close them. This doesn't mean ignoring reality. It means speaking from a higher perspective. The cosmic forces and spiritual laws respond to words of faith, gratitude, and expectation. And here's where things get even more interesting. Our words don't just shape our own lives. They influence how others perceive us, and even how relationships unfold. That brings us to a deeper revelation, the impact of words on relationships and human connection. The way we speak doesn't just affect our own spiritual awakening, it deeply influences how others perceive and respond to us. Words are not just expressions, they carry vibration, shaping the energy of our interactions. Proverbs 15:1 teaches us, "A gentle answer turns away wrath, but a harsh word stirs up anger." This truth is evident in daily life. Relationships thrive when words of kindness and encouragement are spoken, but they deteriorate under criticism, sarcasm, and negativity. Many people struggle in their relationships without realizing that their own words are the cause. Have you ever noticed how some individuals constantly speak ill of their spouse, friends, or colleagues? They say things like, "He never listens," or "She's always nagging." Over time, these statements become self-fulfilling prophecies. The subconscious mind absorbs these words, reinforcing negative expectations, which then manifest in reality. The more someone declares, "Nobody understands me," the more they create situations where they feel misunderstood. This is spiritual law in action. This principle works in the opposite direction as well. When someone consistently speaks life into their relationships, saying, I am surrounded by love and respect, or my friendships are strong and full of joy, they begin to notice shifts. The Bible tells us in Ephesians 4:29, "Let no corrupting talk come out of your mouths, but only such as is good for building up." Words can heal wounds, restore trust, and create sacred bonds between souls. They have the power to transform even the most strained connections when used with wisdom and spiritual intention. A practical way to apply this is through affirmative speech in relationships. Instead of complaining about a friend or partner's flaws, one can declare their strengths. "I appreciate how thoughtful you are," or "I love how dedicated you are to your dreams." When spoken with sincerity, these words shift the cosmic energy surrounding the relationship, creating an atmosphere where love and respect flourish. Jesus himself used words to uplift and heal, setting the example for how we should communicate. But this power doesn't stop at personal relationships. The way we speak about prosperity and abundance also determines what flows into our lives. And that brings us to an even deeper revelation, the connection between mental attitude and financial manifestation. The way people speak about money and success directly determines their spiritual and material prosperity. Most individuals don't realize that financial abundance is not just about working harder, it's about aligning with the frequency of abundance. Proverbs 23:7 says, "As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he." This means that what one truly believes and speaks about wealth will define their financial reality. Those who constantly say, "Money is hard to come by," or "I'll never be rich," are unknowingly blocking the flow of divine provision. This is why some people seem to attract wealth effortlessly, while others struggle no matter how much effort they put in. The difference isn't just in actions, it's in beliefs and words. The universe operates on spiritual laws, and one of them is that thoughts become things. When someone declares, "I am abundant," and genuinely believes it, their subconscious mind begins to seek and create opportunities for financial growth. But when someone constantly verbalizes scarcity, they reinforce a reality of lack. Jesus demonstrated this principle when he multiplied the loaves and fishes, Matthew 14:13-21. Before the miracle occurred, he gave thanks for what was already there. He didn't focus on the limitation, he focused on abundance. This teaches a profound lesson. Gratitude amplifies prosperity. Those who constantly complain about what they lack stay stuck in that lack, while those who speak gratitude and expectation open the door for divine increase. One powerful way to shift into financial alignment is through wealth affirmations and a prosperity mindset. Instead of saying, "I can't afford this," try, "I am creating the resources to have this." Instead of, "I'll never be financially free," declare, "I am stepping into divine abundance." These words, when spoken consistently, rewire the subconscious and send a powerful signal to the cosmic forces that govern prosperity. But abundance isn't just about money. True wealth is about spiritual richness, joy, and alignment with divine purpose. And this brings us to the ultimate mystery, how words connect us with the universe and shape the reality we live in. For centuries, mystics, philosophers, and spiritual teachers have echoed the same truth. Our words shape our destiny. This isn't just a belief, it's a divine law woven into the very fabric of the universe. Hermes Trismegistus, one of the greatest spiritual minds of the ancient world, taught the principle of as above, so below. This means that what is spoken in the spiritual realm eventually manifests in the physical realm. Jesus himself confirmed this when he said in Matthew 18:18, "Truly I tell you, whatever you bind on earth shall be bound in heaven, and whatever you loose on earth shall be loosed in heaven." Every word uttered sends out spiritual frequencies, aligning our reality with the energy we emit. Those who constantly speak of fear, doubt, and failure unknowingly attract those very experiences. On the other hand, those who declare faith, abundance, and love tune into the divine currents of blessing and favor. The cosmos is always listening, responding to the vibration we set through our speech and beliefs. This is why Proverbs 18:21 reminds us, "Death and life are in the power of the tongue." Consider how prayer operates. When someone prays with conviction, they are not just speaking, they are commanding the unseen forces to move in their favor. This is why Jesus didn't beg for miracles, he declared them. He didn't say, "I hope Lazarus will come back to life." He said, "Lazarus, come forth," John 11:43. The universe responds to certainty, not hesitation. Faith-filled words act as divine blueprints, shaping reality according to the will of the speaker. The problem is that most people unknowingly use this power against themselves. They believe in lack instead of abundance. They speak struggle instead of ease. But the truth is, we were created in the image of God, meaning we too have the ability to speak creation into existence. When we align our words with faith, wisdom, and divine law, we activate supernatural forces that bring forth miracles, opportunities, and spiritual breakthroughs. This leads us to the final, most powerful realization. If words create reality, then they don't just shape our lives, they shape the world around us. And that brings us to our final revelation, how we can use our words to create a better world, not just for ourselves, but for others. Words hold the power to shape our personal reality. Imagine their impact on the collective consciousness. Every word spoken is like a seed, planted not only in our own minds but in the world around us. Jesus demonstrated this when he said in Matthew 13:3-9 that some seeds fall on rocky ground and wither, while others land on fertile soil and flourish. Our words work the same way. What we declare over our families, communities, and even nations influences the spiritual atmosphere of the world. The modern world is drowning in negativity. People speak of fear, division, and destruction without realizing they are reinforcing those very things. But just as negativity spreads, so does light. Every time someone speaks hope, encouragement, and truth, they contribute to spiritual healing on a cosmic scale. The Bible tells us in Proverbs 12-18, "The words of the reckless pierce like swords, but the tongue of the wise brings healing." This is not just poetic, it is a spiritual law. Think about how simple words have changed history. The speeches of great leaders have inspired revolutions. The words of prophets have shifted nations. Even in everyday life, a single phrase can lift someone from despair or break them completely. This is why believers are called to be the light of the world. Matthew 5:14. Every word spoken has the potential to either build or destroy, to bring healing or harm. A practical way to apply this truth is through intentional speech. Every day, make it a practice to declare blessings, not only over yourself but over others. Say, "May you be filled with divine wisdom. May abundance flow into your life. May you walk in peace and strength." These small verbal acts of kindness ripple through the universe, creating waves of positive spiritual energy that can return 100-fold. In the end, words are more than just communication. They are tools of creation. Every spoken word is an opportunity to elevate the world, to bring forth more love, peace, and divine awakening. And now the question remains, how will you choose to use this power? Now that you understand the incredible power of your words, the question is, how will you use it? Will you continue to speak in ways that limit your growth, or will you start declaring truth, abundance, and divine favor over your life? Remember, every word you speak is like a seed. What you plant today will become your reality tomorrow. I want to hear from you. What words have you been speaking over yourself lately? Have you noticed how they shape your life? Share your experience in the comments. I read every single one and love seeing how these teachings resonate with you. And if this video helped you in any way, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. That way you won't miss the next powerful revelation coming your way. Also, share this with someone who needs to hear it, because when we lift others, we elevate ourselves. Before you go, I have something even deeper for you. Watch the next video on the power of divine alignment and how to unlock your spiritual potential. It's on the screen now. Click it and I'll see you there.